So, today we're going to talk about something a little deeper than just managing your emotions. We're talking about becoming the actual architect of your entire internal world. Now, this isn't about bottling things up or pretending you don't feel. Not at all. It's about fundamentally redesigning your response to what you feel. Let's get started.
All right, let's just dive right in with a big question, one that really gets to the heart of everything. When it comes to your emotions, are you in the driver's seat or are you just a passenger along for the ride? Seriously, think about it. Your answer to this pretty much defines your daily experience, and we're about to explore how you can grab the wheel for good.
For most of us, and I'm including myself here, our default setting, most of the time, is what we can call the automaton. This is that mode where our reactions are just instant, they feel pre-programmed, like we're running on autopilot. Let's take a closer look at how that actually plays out. So the process looks incredibly simple, right? A stimulus happens. Let's say someone cuts you off in traffic. An emotion flares up. Boom! Instant anger. And an immediate reaction follows. You lay on the horn, maybe yell something. It's a straight line, a direct, unfiltered chain reaction. And yeah, it's efficient, but it often leads to places we really don't want to go. Okay, so that's the default. But what if there's another way to operate? A totally different paradigm? Well, it's time to meet the architect. This is the empowered you, the version that doesn't just react to the world, but actually designs their response to it. And here, you can see the difference laid out, plain as day. The automaton's path is short, sharp, and reactive. Stimulus, emotion, reaction. But look at the architect's path. We've inserted two absolutely critical new steps: observation and choice. The emotion is no longer the driver. It's literally relegated to the passenger seat. This whole shift is about moving from identification with an emotion to dissociation from it. Okay, let's really break this down, because this is the whole game right here. The automaton says, I am angry. The self and the emotion, they're completely fused. But the architect says, I am experiencing anger. Can you feel the space in that? The emotion is now something separate from your core identity. It's just data, a signal from your body that you can look at with curiosity instead of being completely swallowed by it. So you're probably wondering, okay, that sounds great, but how? How does the architect actually do this? Well, the first tool we need to talk about is something called the interface. I want you to think of it like a mental control panel, a dashboard for your own consciousness. The interface basically acts like a mental firewall. When an emotional stimulus comes flying at you, it no longer hits you directly. Instead, bam, it hits the screen first, and that gives you that crucial split second to filter the incoming data, to analyze what's really going on, and to consciously decide how you want to respond. This is what puts you back in the driver's seat. So here's how you use it in the real world, step by step. First step, detection. You just notice a signal is coming in. That's it. A sharp comment, a stressful email, you just detect it. Second, dissociation. You mentally take one step back, almost like you're watching yourself in a movie. And third, analysis. You ask one simple, powerful question. Is this emotion functional right now? Is feeling this intense anger going to help me achieve my goal? And just like that, a knee-jerk reaction becomes a conscious choice. Now, if the interface is your amazing control panel, it's got to have a power source, right? Well, that power comes from what we call the coherent nexus. This is the engine under the hood that makes the entire system run. The nexus is all about your physiology, your body. You know that calm, steady feeling you can get from just a few deep, rhythmic breaths? That's a taste of coherence. It's about getting your heart and your brain into a smooth, harmonious rhythm. And when you do this, you're not crushing the emotion or suppressing it. No, you're taking its raw energy, all that adrenaline, and you're transforming it into something useful. And the benefits are incredible. Activating the nexus literally calms that physiological storm inside you, the racing heart, the shallow breathing. It allows you to take the potent energy of something like anxiety or anger and funnel it into sharp, clear focus. What you get is this amazing state of calm alertness. And maybe most importantly, it prevents all that emotional energy from getting stuck and caked on in your body as chronic tension and stress. So we've got the theory, the tools, the interface, the nexus. Now let's see how this all comes together to build real-world mastery. Because this isn't just a cool idea, it's a practical framework for navigating some really tough challenges like ADHD or even emotional numbness. Let's start with ADHD. For so long, the story, the common narrative, has been that it's a limitation, especially when it comes to managing emotions. But what if that's only half the story? What if that very same wiring, when you learn how to use it, could actually be a superpower? Just look at this transformation. It is night and day. On the left, without training, the ADHD brain can feel like this intense, chaotic mess. But on the right, once you apply the architect's tools, that incredible sensitivity isn't a bug, it's a feature. It becomes an early warning system. That famous hyperfocus, it becomes a laser beam that you can actually aim. The internal storm becomes a source of incredible energy. The limitation becomes a genuine advantage. Okay, now let's shift gears to the complete other side of the spectrum, emotional numbness. It so often starts with this exact phrase. Someone asks you how you feel, and your response begins with, "I think that." It's a classic sign that you're disconnected from your emotional core, analyzing feelings instead of feeling them. Now, from our architectural viewpoint, this isn't you being broken. Not at all. It's actually a design choice, a survival mechanism that your system built. Your interface, which is meant to be this flexible filter, has hardened over time into an impenetrable wall. It was probably built to protect you from overwhelming feelings, but now it's blocking everything, even the good stuff. And the fallout from this disconnection, this broken nexus, well, it shows up everywhere. It can look like a rigid, stoic facade on the outside. It can make it hard to connect with what other people are feeling. And all that blocked emotional energy gets trapped in the body as physical tension. Jaw clenching, tight shoulders. The mind then tries to overcompensate with cynicism and analyzing every single thing to death. So whether you feel everything all at once or you struggle to feel much at all, how do you begin? Where's the first step on this path of the architect? Well, the answer is actually simpler and gentler than you might think. And this is so important. The way back isn't about brute force. You can't force yourself to feel something, and you can't force an emotion to go away. The path to mastery begins with listening. So we're not even going to start with the emotion itself. We're going to start with the raw, undeniable, physical data your body is giving you in this very moment. So let's just walk through a really simple protocol you can try. It's a somatic approach, meaning it's all about the body. First, just scan your body right now and find the place with the strongest physical sensation. Maybe it's tightness in your chest or a knot in your stomach. Second, just get curious about it. What shape is it? What temperature? What color might it be? Notice we're not asking why it's there. We're just observing what is there. And finally, just breathe into that location. Not to change it, not to fix it, just to acknowledge it's there. That is how you gently start to reopen the connection. At the end of the day, all the tools, all of the materials, they're already inside you. Your internal blueprint for mastery is there. It's just waiting to be used. So the only real question left is, are you ready to pick up those tools and start building?